There, welcome back. Well, today I'm continuing the series of the best of 2018 and we're talking lifestyle favorites. So this is basically everything but skincare, beauty, makeup. We're talking like books, TV shows, random things, jewelry, little odds and ends from Amazon. This is in no particular order, but I wanted to start out with a coffee warmer, and I have it plugged in right here at my desk, but I'm going to insert a picture here for you so you can see. I have absolutely loved this. So I have two coffee related things on my list. This coffee warmer is great because if you're using any kind of mug, you can put it on there, keep your coffee just at the right temperature. I first heard about this from Megan from Honey We're Home blog. I actually met Megan the first night of the Reward Style conference. She is so sweet. If you guys don't follow her, you should. I will put her blog and her Instagram below. I've followed her for many, many years, but that's where I first heard about this. And I actually have it listed in my Amazon favorites. Those of you who visited, I always have a link below with some kind of just random stuff I always talk about from Amazon. So that is in there. So keeping with the keeping coffee warm thing, it was obviously a struggle in 2018 and I found some solutions. So the Yeti coffee mug came out, I believe in 2018, and I got it not long after it came out. I absolutely love this. It's huge. So it does have a lid that comes off. And what I found I have to do when I first put my coffee in here, I have to leave the lid off for a few minutes or it's like way too hot to even drink. And then once, it barely starts cooling off, then I will stick the lid on to go ahead and keep it warm. Now, this comes in all kind of colors. It'd be great for camping if you want to put soup or something in. But what I got this for, because I love the mug warmer so much sitting at my desk, but on the weekends, I'm not sitting at the desk. So when I am in the living room, my husband and I watch TV, whatever, early Saturday, Sunday morning, I love this because it keeps my coffee warm. So this was definitely a must-have and one of the best things I purchased in 2018. Keeping with the tumbler theme, obviously, this is a wine tumbler and I bought this on Amazon. And what I bought this for was because in the summertime, drinking white wine, sometimes, it gets more room temperature. I like my white wines to be really, really chilled. This is awesome at keeping them chilled. It does have a lid, but I honestly don't use the lid. If I was outside or something, like in a pool or patio scene, the lid would be great, but I don't find I need it. So I just use this by itself. And it comes in a lot of colors. This will be a great gift for someone that maybe host a lot of parties, again, with like pool parties or out on the patio. So anyway, loving this for my white wines. So these earrings, you may have seen me wearing these a ton. I went ahead and put them on so you could see them more today. And I'll try to maybe insert a close-up picture. What I love about these is they're mixed metal and I find they're just the right drop length. They go with everything. You've probably seen them on me in tons of Instagram pictures and a lot of vacation outfits of the day videos. I mean, these are just those go-to. I just throw in because they look good with so many things. I like a statement earring, but I don't want it too obnoxious sometimes depending on, if the outfit calls for it or not. But these are awesome. They just came back in stock. So again, I will link them for you below, but absolutely love these. And these have just definitely been one of the best purchases and most worn items of last year. Sticking with the jewelry theme, I don't even know if you can see it. I didn't put it on because of the neckline, but this has been the little siestral choker from Stella & Dot that I have worn so much. And what I love is it's adjustable by about 3 places on here. So you can make it more of a choker, you can have it hanging down a little bit, but this is a great layering piece. And it also comes in silver as well. I believe this is still in stock, but I'm not sure. I will link it for you below if it is. But just any kind of little choker, like necklace like this, dainty, I've loved because again, it's great wearing on its own, but it's also great to layer with. And I have just worn this so much last year. So we're gonna talk about a couple of handbags, and I get asked so many questions of, number one, what is that bag? Which I love because then that says not too many people have this bag, and asking me if I like it. That is the Louis Vuitton Siena PM. I bought this time last year in 2018, and I'm telling you, it was probably my most used bag. This has definitely been one of my favorite Louis Vuitton bags I've ever purchased. I like the PM size because it just fits everything you need, but it's not too big on my frame. Now, some of you, if you like a little bit bigger bag or you're taller, you may want the MM size. What I love is it has a really long strap that's adjustable and you can also remove it. So it has top handles plus a strap, so it's like the best of both worlds. I did do a video comparing this to the Speedy B25 because they're somewhat similar in size, but I really prefer the opening of this one, how it's kind of slanted and it opens a little bit better. I'll link that video for you below because I go into more detail and show you the bags on me and explain the differences, because I know a lot of people are probably wondering between those two bags which to get since they are a little bit similar. But again, I just absolutely love this bag. It was definitely one of the best purchases that I made last year. Another most worn is the Gucci Soho Disco. Now I have a video talking all about this, of how I purchased it, decided I didn't want it, returned it, and couldn't live without it, bought it again, and I'm so happy to have it. This has just been the best bag. I love it in this color. It travels with me almost everywhere because it's such a great neutral and you can actually fit quite a bit in it. It's actually, like, I always refer to it as like the clown car of bags because it just fits so much in it, way more than you would expect. And again, it just goes with everything. It has a nice long adjustable strap. Love this color. Again, this has definitely been one of my most worn bags and absolutely best purchases. So I didn't bring it in here because it's pretty big and I keep it stuffed in our travel closet when I'm not using it, but I purchased in late 2017, I purchased the Neverfull GM. So I have two MM sizes, but finally broke down and bought the GM because every time I tried to use the MM for travel, it just wasn't quite big enough. So now I solely use the GM for travel and I've absolutely loved it. It's a necessity. When people see me taking it on vacation, you know, in different vlogs or videos or pictures, they always ask what size it is, if I recommend it. Yes, 100%. For me personally, I like the MM as an everyday bag, tote bag, just the size. It still fits a laptop nicely. But the GM is awesome for travel. I feel like you can literally just put so much in it. And I have just absolutely loved it. Again, one of my most used bags last year for travel. So I have a clothing item. You guys have been seeing this quite a bit on Instagram and I get questions about it. So I thought I would bring it out here and also insert some pictures, but I had to mention this. This is a Michael Kors rain jacket. I bought this, it had to have been probably like around December, the end of season in 2017, because I know I bought it for upcoming going to Scotland in June of 2018. And I love this jacket. I've often linked a similar one that looks really, really similar. I think it's a little bit longer and I get questions about that, this one versus that one length. I always thought it was the exact same one, but the more I looked at it, it did have subtle differences. This one's probably no longer available, is why I can't find it. You know, they always make a little bit different version every year. But what I want to mention this for is I really love, one, having a black raincoat, and I love the gold accents on it because it elevates it a little bit. So for instance, when we were in Scotland, I knew I could wear it going to dinner if I needed a light jacket, but I could zip it or tighten the waist and it still looked like a nicer jacket, not just like a real unstructured, you know, frumpy raincoat or something. I love the weight of it and I love that it has a hood. It's definitely come in handy using the hood for rain protection. And I just find the weight of this and it being black, that is the key, because you guys have seen I have a red rain jacket. I have trench coats in the regular color. I just find I reach for this over those a lot of times because of the black. It just goes with so much. Whether you're dressed up, you know, a little bit or casual wearing leggings. Again, this is all over my Instagram, but I just wanted to mention this and I will try to link some very similar options for you below. I wanted to talk about it because I've worn it so much, and again, to just express how much I feel like a black rain jacket is such an essential. It has been for me and it could be for you. One more little miscellaneous here and then we're gonna get into some TV and books. So the InStyler. I have had this for several years now and it has definitely been my most used hair tool of last year. I did use my T3 curling iron once in a while and I highly recommend those, but I just got into this thing where I wanted to smooth out my hair, kind of straighten it, but then, you know, curl the ends a little bit like you would taking the time with like a blow dryer and a round brush. Well, I don't have the patience for that and my hair never gets like super, super smooth because I just have a lot of frizz and waviness and it just takes a lot of effort. Well, this smooths my hair, but yet also I can put that little bit of bend and curl in it. I used it a little bit yesterday, but not as smooth. I'm actually going to get a haircut today, so I didn't do a lot to my hair today. But if you guys have not tried this, you definitely should. I have the one that has the rotating 2 different ways, and that's key. So that, you know, each side of your hair, you can get that perfect barrel going the right way. I just absolutely love this. And again, it traveled with me everywhere last year and was definitely my most reach for hair tool. Pretty much every time I wash and dry my hair and style it, this is what I'm using. All right, Netflix show. The #1 thing we were totally binge watching and loved was Riverdale. Now, I have to put a disclaimer here. Some of us have chatted about this on Instagram when it's on, you know, because the 3rd season, I believe, came back in October. Of course, they're on a little hiatus. They'll be back soon. The 2nd and 3rd season have not been as good, but the 1st season was absolutely great. It is based loosely off the Archie comic series, so that's why their names will be the same, and some of the references and their cars to like old school looking things and their dress sometimes, but yet it's modern and kind of has a dark twist to it. It totally reminded me of Pretty Little Liars at one point, you know, kind of like that whodunit, something's happened, we're trying to find something out. I love shows like that. Now again, in season 2, it took a little bit different turn, and it took like a way left turn in season 3, but yet I'm still watching because, you know, it does keep you intrigued, but just, I had to put that out there. The disclaimer about the 2nd and 3rd seasons, not the same, but it's a really good show and totally worth watching. The next TV show we watched, I believe it was on Lifetime just recently, a couple months ago. I had seen this advertised and I read the book, so I totally knew I wanted to watch it. That is the series You. And the book is called You as well, and it was definitely creepy. It reminded me of like the creepy factor back with Stephen King Misery, you know, book. And it's one of those, the book obviously is going to be way more creepy and out there than the TV series. However, I thought the TV series followed it pretty well, and you totally got the gist of it. Like, my husband didn't read the book, and I asked him, you know, what he thought of it, and he really liked it as well. My guess, the way they ended it, is it will come back for another season. And I know the book, there is another book with the same main character in it. I still need to read that one, but it's really good, really creepy. It has Penn Badgley from Gossip Girl as the main character. Speaking of Pretty Little Liars, it has Shay, I can't think of her name, in it from there. It's just a really good series. If you've read the book, you'll definitely love it, but I think you can see the series anyway without reading the book, but I wanted to mention it. Okay, I have a few books. I don't feel like I read as much as I wanted to, and it maybe took me longer to read certain books or whatever. I read a lot of books, these were my favorites. So most recently, a couple months ago, I got back into John Grisham and I read The Rooster Bar. I was really into that book. My dad actually read that one too. He loves John Grisham. My mom said he liked it. I just really loved the story, the characters, like digging into little things about, I don't want to give anything away, like about the whole storyline, and it kept me guessing, like, what's going to happen now? Are they going to get away with this? Like, what are they doing? So that was really, really good. I feel like sometimes his books are kind of hit and miss, but that one was a really good one. The Woman in the Window. I know a lot of us read this book. It was really popular in 2018. At first it started out kind of weird and I was like, okay, but I'm gonna keep going. Sometimes books like almost like a quarter of the way in, I'm like, what's happening? Well, then little things start happening more and you're like, okay, this is weird, I'm intrigued. And then it totally has a surprise ending that I was not expecting at all. You know how sometimes you can see things coming, or at least I can, and I didn't expect that at all. So I really enjoyed that book. Another one was Behind Closed Doors. I think I read this really early in 2018. That one was a really good book too, and she has another book, if not, you know, a couple more that I would like to read because I really liked the style. Again, it's one of those, it looks one way and something else is happening. I feel like I can't describe books at all without totally giving it away. It's like I almost want to say something and it's like, no, that might give it away. So I will just put the links for them below and you can read about them and decide if you want to read them. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried any of these, if you've read any of these books, watched any of these series, what your thoughts are. I would love to know. And definitely if you have any, you know, Netflix series or book recommendations, I always love hearing that. I appreciate you guys so much taking the time to watch. If you're not yet subscribed, please do so. I'd love to have you back. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.